what's up? My name's Samuel. I am a property investor, and right now I'm going to be answering your property investment questions. So any questions that you've got at all that might be holding you back, comment them below as a question, and I will do my very best to answer those questions next week. But right now, I'm going to be answering some of the questions that we had from the previous week. If you enjoy my videos, do me a favor, hit the like button, go on. You always do it, don't not do it now. Hit the like button. Also, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. And when I'm answering questions, it might be that I answer someone's question, and it kind of gives you an offshoot of a question, or your brain starts ticking. Comment below, okay? And we can dialogue on my next Q&A video. But right now we've got Jordan. Jordan says, I'm 19, from Essex. I've recently completed on a level 3 diploma in plumbing, but I'm looking to get into property with intentions to do something like BRRR through a limited company. Any suggestions on how to start a limited company for property, or could I do it through a plumbing company if I had one? So firstly, Jordan, congratulations. Sounds like you're a smart guy, a lot of money in plumbing. I used to want to be a plumber. That was my dream job. I became a property investor instead, which I think is better. If you're wanting to start buying properties through a company, my advice, Jordan, would be to set up a brand new company specifically for property investment. It keeps it separate, limited liability, and also it's cleaner. You'll actually find it probably easier to get a mortgage through a brand new company that you can be a guarantor of, as opposed to having a company that's already got a bit of accounts. And I just set up a brand new one. You'll find that would be better. But of course, this is not tax advice. I'm just a property investor. I'm not a tax advisor. So speak to an accountant, but that would be what I would probably suggest. Hope that helps. Callum Buchanan, I'm 20. I've got 25 grand saved. I want to get into property. Good. 20 with 25 grand. Very, very good. What do you recommend? Is it possible to buy a buy-to-let with 25 grand? Appreciate it. Callum, it is possible. If you've got 25 grand, typically you need to put down about 25% deposit. So you could buy a £100,000 house, but that doesn't take into account stamp duty, legal fees. So realistically, you're probably only going to be able to buy an £80,000 house, which is probably going to rent out for about 400, maybe if you're lucky, £500 a month, which after mortgage, your mortgage interest payments and also management and voids and maintenance, you're probably going to be left with a profit of around about 200, maybe at best £300 a month. So yes, you can. You'll be on the ladder. You'll be making a couple £100 a month or so. However, it might be better, depending on what your long-term goals are, to use that money and put it into starting a property business, like rent to rent. Something where you can start controlling properties, because you can make £500, £1,000 per month from one property that you don't even own. And you could get multiple of those for your 25 grand, which is going to be life-changing. And then use the profits to put into your own portfolio. So yes, you can. The question is, should you? Perhaps not. Hope that helps. All right, Joshua Morrison. What is the percentage yield you base your rental properties on? I've heard between 10 and 15% is the best possible yield, but how realistic is that number from your experience? Okay, so firstly, we don't do yield, okay? We do return on investment. Yield is if you buy a house for 100 grand and you rent it out for 10 grand a year, that's a 10% yield. But yield is irrelevant, because it doesn't matter what the rent is. It doesn't matter what the purchase price was. What really matters is what did you put in and what are you getting back? So in the last example, we said you could put in 25 grand and you could get back profit of about £250 a month. Okay, that's what matters, not yield, return on cash investment. You need to understand the differences. I have done a previous video about the difference between yield and return on investment. I'd suggest you check it out. I'll put it as a little card above my head, which you can click on. So if you do want to do yield, you'll probably find that the higher the yield, the more risky the investment is. So if it's in really cheap areas, you're not going to get long-term leases. Also, you can make the yield look really good. For example, on a HMO, the yield looks great because the rent's really high, but it doesn't take into account bills, utilities, Wi-Fi. So that's why return on investment is much better. Hope that helps. But yeah, 10 to 15%. Yield is probably about top end, yes. Return on investment can be much higher. Riz Shah. been following a long time. I've been investing for a while now. If you had £150,000 more to invest, would you buy 5 or 6 houses and rent them out? Or would you buy one big investment? What would you advise to do? I would buy one big investment. Okay, if you're already investing in properties, you don't want to grow a big portfolio this way. You want every deal that you do go bigger and bigger and bigger, because a big deal and a small deal take just as much energy. So the difference between big deals and small deals is big deals have just extra zeros on the end. Why not just do one deal that's 10 times the size, 10 times the profits, 10 times, rather than buying 10 little properties? Because then you've got to do the paperwork 10 times, get 10 management companies, you've got 10 lots of tenants. Make sense? All right, next. Stuart Trebillock. Just a small question. What are your thoughts on Lloyds Bank becoming landlords or trying to become landlords? Is this a good or bad thing, as they have an unlimited amount of money to purchase properties? Looking forward to the feedback. So you're threatened by Lloyds Bank because you're saying they've got an unlimited amount of money. Listen, Stuart, you've got an unlimited amount of money as well. All Lloyds Bank are doing is they're saying to people, hey, put your money with us. They're advertising. They've got the black horse going around the whole country, up and down on the billboards. They're going, oi, everybody, put your money with us. They're taking people's money. They're keeping it safe. If Lloyds went bust, you'd only get back 86 grand approximately, and the rest will be squandered and gone. They're using your money and they're investing it. Openly, proudly. You can do the same. There's an unlimited amount of money in the world. They're printing billions. There's billions and billions of pounds cash going around right now that didn't exist 12 months ago. So you can do the same. I don't care that Lloyds are doing it. All right, Lynn's joined. Last question, okay? If you enjoyed the video, hit like. Last question. I'm a builder and a landlord with a handful of properties, but I'm about to undertake a new build with a GDV, gross development value, of around £300,000. My question is, would you get some trendy CAD images drawn up and then get the property on the market as it comes out the ground on a fixed price so as to sell fast, or get the project completed, hopefully by being able to achieve a higher price? I'd market it before you sell it, okay? I would get CGI images, computer generated images of what it's gonna look like, stick it on Rightmove with a nice high-end agent, and I'd sell it before it's even finished. Folks, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.